Courier, and in this video we're going to talk about something that YouTubers are sometimes afraid to do. That is the idea of mixing things up, being unafraid to change what you've been doing if it's not working, and finding things that work on your channel. Most of what we do is all based on testing and understanding exactly how people respond and trying to figure out how to continually adapt on our channels to bring in new audience. Hey, what's going on? Adrienne Rose, good to see you. We are here in a much different environment than you would normally find me. In fact, I do leave the studio, and in this case we are out here on what's turning into a much nicer day than it was this morning. It rained for several hours. Good to see everybody out there. Hey, Reseller Niche, Hall, Arita, Brendan Sparks, good to see you. Mud Dog Productions. We're out on the lake. It's frozen. We're fishing. But I wanted to make a video with you in a nice change of pace, a nice setting different than the tiny little studio. So I figured I would say hello to you from the frozen lake out here in upstate New York. So good to see everybody joining the live stream. Great for you guys to pop in. Obviously, this wasn't a scheduled live stream, but yeah, here it is. We're out here on the ice, and might as well make the best of it. Good to see everybody in the chat as well. But we're talking about the idea of not being afraid to change things up and giving your audience something different to look at. Sometimes, in this case, out here on the ice, instead of in my office in the studio, the same backdrop that you always see. One of the things I'm going to work to do in 2021 is try to mix things up and provide you guys with some more interesting scenery and things as we continue to learn how to grow our YouTube channels and develop income around that. So we're going to be on the live stream for a little while. If you have any questions that you want to ask, definitely leave them in the chat. I will do my best to catch them. I am on a mobile live stream, so if I miss your question, don't be afraid to re-ask it. All my videos have been inside my house. I plan on actually recording for the first time outside. Awesome. Yes, definitely think about that. Understand that if you've been doing this a while, that sometimes you need to mix things up. You need to kind of shock the system and show something new to your audience, and see how they respond. Sometimes it'll help, sometimes it won't, but don't be afraid to try new things, because ultimately you may be able to find that new thing that actually is a real big win with your audience. So good morning, Homestead Aquarius. We are here in upstate New York outside. It was pouring this morning. We are doing much better now. The water that's on the ice actually provides for kind of a nice reflective look in the background. As far as temperature goes, it's not too bad. It was a little bit cold this morning, but doing a little bit better now. But yeah, have you considered? I know we spend all this time trying to get everything just perfect in our videos. The amount of time and effort that I put into my studio, it seems counterintuitive sometimes to leave all that work behind and mix up your background and go out in a different direction. But sometimes, even occasionally, it can be something that is different, that provides a little bit of interest and helps you, may or may not help you with your audience to reach more people, to give people another side, because you tend to work so hard on polishing things that it's nice to just do something a little less formal sometimes. So good to see everybody chatting out there in the comments. If you have any questions, definitely do at Creator Fundamentals and leave a question in the comments. Happy to answer those. But in 2021, we are now definitely going to focus on helping everybody develop income streams. So I don't know if a show of who's in the audience, because I can't see the scrolling chat. Let me know if your channel is currently monetized or not. And hey, Pam, good to see you. Happy New Year to you as well. We are out here on the frozen ice. We're doing some ice fishing. I thought, well, why not change it up and trying to read chat at the same time before they disappear. If you had to start your channel over square one, What would you do to grow organically or do differently than you did the first time around? So that's actually something that I've wanted to do. I think ultimately it that I didn't do the first time, that would be interesting because this is actually my second channel. So I kind of got to start in some cases. Obviously, if I started again over now, I would focus less on quality because I have that to a certain degree ironed out. Um, but I would do, it's interesting. I think that there are some great ways to grow on YouTube, depending on the type of content that you are covering. I think if you have products or services related to your content and you want to find a good way to grow a channel quickly, doing reviews and those kind of things on products that are related can be really powerful in bringing in an audience much quicker. So if, like, for example, on the RV camping channel that I have, I would definitely, and I plan on doing this winter, doing more product reviews related to that niche to bring in a lot more audience from a lot of different places. So I would definitely consider doing that. We're out here on the ice, and I don't know if any of you guys ice fish, but this auger that he's picking up right now, it's electric, and it is so much nicer than the hand-powered ones or the gas-powered ones that we've used in the past. So that makes this whole experience a little bit easier. And then the beer helps as well to make this a good experience. And let me just see, I kind of lost some of the chat. Mine is doing my channel. Deleted 470 videos and restarted my channel for 2021. No regrets. Yeah, I mean, that is definitely an option. Typically, I wouldn't advise on deleting videos unless you're going in a completely different direction. And in that case, I would probably just start a new channel rather than delete stuff. But if you're happy with deleting the videos and that's a direction you wanted to take, then by all means, definitely head that route. Had a good chat with my parents about my channel and how I can do it for the better. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, interesting thing talking about parents and YouTube channels. I came, through the education system like everybody else did. I went to high school, I went to college, I got my bachelor's degree, then I got my master's degree. And I'm at a point now understanding what's possible on the internet where I would be completely happy if my kids put together a business plan that allowed them to be a content creator and they had a plan for how they would make money. I wouldn't necessarily make them go to college because I think that college is, for a lot of people, a big waste of money. But if you have a specific direction, I would definitely think that that is certainly an equal opportunity as college would be. But if you don't know, college also has some advantages in some other areas in terms of, getting a new perspective on life, getting you maybe out of a sheltered town and going to a new place and learning some new things. So it has value there. But yeah, as far as kids getting into content creation, I think that is definitely something that should be encouraged to explore the possibilities of, being creative, but also being able to build a business around it. I always say that if I'm active duty Air Force, married with 2 kids, and I can post on YouTube, anyone can for sure. And I also have a full-time career. I have 2 kids, 3 dogs, a cat, and I'm married, of course. So yeah, definitely. I started this channel, basically nights and weekends for the first 100 videos. So absolutely, if you want to start a channel on YouTube in 2021, then don't let not having enough time be your excuse. It's more about having enough drive. And that's why we talk about having a topic to focus on that you actually are passionate about. Because even when you love the stuff that you're doing, it can still be really hard to make content sometimes. So that's definitely something to consider. If you're thinking of making a channel and a lot of people ask questions like, what's the best niche to get into? And you really shouldn't be focused on that. If you're trying to chase money, you should be focused on something that you'll enjoy talking about for a long time, for the next 5 years, because it's probably going to take you 3 to 5 years to really develop something substantial and something that can replace the income that you are getting from your other job. Creator Fundamentals is 3.5 years in, and I think by the 5-year point, it will be exactly where I want it in terms of what it's able to do to support itself and go above and beyond that. So definitely something to consider in 2021. I live in the up of Michigan, and we've had quite a warm winter so far. Lakes aren't frozen enough. Yeah, it's frozen enough here. The last couple days we're kind of warmer, so it was a little bit iffy, and it was pouring all morning. So, but we still have enough ice to be on. The top of it's a little bit slushy, but we're doing okay. What's going on? Video, Joshua, good to see you. James Pruitt out there as well. Adrian Rose, see you again as well. If you guys have any questions, my video is taking too long to process, says, is it Desiree Kingsley? I have zero patience. Patience is definitely something that you have to develop on YouTube, because the rewards that you get from the work that you do are typically delayed. So if you want to grow on YouTube and you want to see that instant response, you might have a little bit of a tough time on YouTube, because it does take a while. You have to understand that the effort that you put in now is going to mean a lot going forward, but it doesn't always feel like that. You don't always see the immediate response from YouTube, but understand that all that work does go somewhere. It is helping to build your brand and grow your channel, and will ultimately help you develop opportunities to make income. Why is my video processing for a long time? Yeah, I mean, that's just depending on how big the video is, whether it is high def, 4K, that kind of thing. There's a variety of reasons that happens. Typically, YouTube processes your video in SD, standard definition first. So a lot of people will ask why their video looks a little grainy when it's first uploaded, because they will release it at a lower quality, and then they'll process HD and 4K, etc. So I just want to acknowledge the Hunter DD33. Catch some nice pike, man. I'm about to celebrate my 100K, and your videos are really helpful along the way. Thank you so much for the super chat. I truly appreciate it. Yes, we would love to catch something. We just got out of the rain. We're hoping we're going to have a good push here before we wrap up for the day a little bit later. But it would be nice. It would be nice to catch something out here. That is certainly the goal. Had issues with adding end screens today. Did anyone get the same issue? Yeah, I mean, there could certainly be issues on YouTube, so definitely ask around, because that stuff does happen. But just to recap, we are out here in upstate New York. We are ice fishing. Thought we would do a live stream, mix it up a little bit. What do you guys think about the idea of doing this live stream from someplace other than my studio? Do you like it? Is it good to see a different view, or does it really not matter to you? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know your thoughts on whether mixing up the scenery in the background is something that you appreciate, or something that's not really all that relevant to you. So I would love to know what you guys think of that. Let's see. KDP Wrestling. Hi, James. Scenery looks amazing, says Hunter. And if you want, I can do a little here. I'm gonna slide out and give you guys a little panoramic here, just to see where we are here. And I can't do this in my studio, because in my studio, I've got like this much space that I make look really good for my videos, and then there's pure chaos. If you saw the short that I put out on my shorts channel, for those of you who are in here right now, if you search for Dan Courier Shorts, I've actually started a separate shorts channel. I also linked to it a couple videos recently in my community tab. So definitely check that out and subscribe over there, because we are gonna try to build the shorts and bring you stuff. But here, we're out here in the open. I can show you a full 360-degree view what we're looking at here. Try to keep my head off the camera, but yeah, this is the view that we're out here. So it's definitely a nice day now, and I didn't really think that we were going to say that earlier today, because like I said, it was pouring. So upstate New York, James, absolutely. We are out here on the lake. It's frozen, barely. There's enough ice for us to be on. We were hoping there was going to be a little more ice so we could bring out a machine and tow all the gear across the ice, because for whatever reason, we fish on the almost the opposite side of this sucker from where we actually get on the ice, so it's quite a walk. All right, absolute rule, yo Dan, this is awesome, looks great, thank you. Joe, let's see Joe's firewood. I like ice fishing, tip-up fishing is the best. And yeah, so here's a little thing, and this really has nothing to do with YouTube, but I'll show you guys in the background for those of you who have never seen. Right down there, that right there, let's see, how can I do this? That is a tip-up. It's basically a fishing line that's attached to a flag, and when somebody, or when a fish bites, it spins the reel and shoots the flag up. And that's how you know that you have a fish out here. So not YouTube related, but hey, I figured we'll share. We're certainly in the scenery for it, but out here with the fam, getting a little ice fishing going, and I was like, let's jump online and do this. I've never ever had a YouTube answer me before. Definitely cool, James. Whoops. Okay. The one thing is I'm used to a lot more screenage. I have two 32-inch monitors that I usually live stream from, and this is all on a phone. I haven't done a live stream on a phone in quite a while, but how does the audio and the video look? Let me know. How do you get internet over there? This is all on this is Verizon, brought to you courtesy Verizon 5G. So hopefully it looks pretty good. Hopefully the audio sounds pretty good. But yeah, if you guys have any questions related to YouTube, I just thought I'd jump on here for a little while and say hi while we're waiting for the fish to show up, which I'm hoping is going to be any minute now. I'd love to see a flag pop up in the background, but if you have any questions, definitely let me know. The goal in 2021 is to help you grow income around your content. We've spent the last few years helping people get started. There's a ton of videos out there. So if you don't know how to start on YouTube, you can definitely get the channel started and moving forward. But this year, I want to help you make money. It's great to do the content, but one of the things that you realize as you move through this process is that if you want to continue to move forward, it helps a ton if your content can earn an income and help support itself, and that adds some additional motivation to help you keep pushing forward and be consistent and all those good things. So especially when you get a taste of some of that and then it starts to fade away, you understand that you have to be consistent to make content to keep that income up and to keep the views up and all of that stuff. So let me see what Brandon's question was. Quite a few of us in chat, myself included, have channels geared towards YouTube growth. Any tips for us in 2021 specifically? If you're making a channel about YouTube growth, I have a ton of tips for you. It's basically one big tip. Here's the deal. If you're making this type of content, don't be afraid to cover the same topic repeatedly if you know that it works. It can help your channel grow. And what I mean by this is that the amount of material that you really need to understand for everybody that's in the chat right now, and you need to listen to this, is very small. Trying to get people to process it and then absorb it is a full-time job. So I can tell you, if you learn how to make content that people respond to, if you learn to research your titles and understand that emotion drives people to click your videos, if you're making thumbnails that stop people in their tracks, all easier said than done. But knowing those basic fundamentals, what this channel was based on, is really all there is to it. The rest of this is simply trying to repackage the same information to cover a variety of different learning habits and styles. So I know if I put out a video, and I'll probably put out one this week about how to get more subscribers, okay? Because people want to know that. That's one of the things that drives them. I personally don't focus on trying to get more subscribers to grow my channel because I know subscribers are a byproduct, but you have to think about your audience. So if you're making content on YouTube and you want to make content to help other people learn YouTube, to a certain degree, you have to rely on the type of stuff that people are out there searching for to help your channel grow. As your channel grows, it allows you to bring in an audience of like-minded people, and then you can share other content with them that really gives them like the nitty-gritty details of how to be successful on YouTube. But you have to understand that there's going to be those tentpole type content items that people are always searching for, and using those to help your channel grow can help you reach more people and be able to give them a lot more meaning and help them go beyond the things like, how do I get more subscribers? How do I get more views? But don't be afraid to cover the topic of how to get more subscribers in a variety of different ways so you can help people who learn in different ways. You know, you never know which video is going to be the one that helps somebody click. You know, it's just that one phrase or that one approach or the one style that you're making a video on that clicks for somebody, resonates with them, and helps move them to the next level. So it is not super complicated. It's just not easy. And what we continually have to do is focus on helping people move forward and remind them of the things that they should be doing to keep that ball moving down the field. And I'm trying to get back to the chat, make sure I didn't miss anything. What's your favorite fish to catch and eat? So what we catch most out here during the winter when we're ice fishing is largemouth bass, but it's not in season, so we have to throw them back. So we don't eat any of it. And for the most part, we don't typically catch and eat. We typically catch and release up here. So for the bass, we definitely have to because they're not in season. So if we catch them, they got to go back. But yeah, I don't know. I do like fish. I actually come from my wife and kids don't. They don't like fish at all. So rarely do I get to bring something home and cook it and share and do that. Because nobody else in my family likes seafood, but it is what it is. All right, make sure we don't. Joe, did you hear about the new ad checking system by YouTube, Dan? I have not. Definitely share the details in the chat. Let me know what that is. We may have to cover it, make a video about it. Monetized since 2013. I don't like fish. Husband likes to fish, but I don't stop him from eating it. We're going to hang out for a couple more minutes here. If you have any questions related to YouTube, definitely leave them in the chat. We are out here in upstate New York enjoying a little ice fishing. I figured while we were waiting for the fish to show up, which can happen any moment now, I would do a little live stream, change scenery, get out of my studio, and spend some time with all of you. So if you have questions, definitely put them in the chat. Also, while I'm on here, just want to remind you of a few things, is that I'm going to be live streaming more often from my studio. We are going to be using Restream to do that. So I'm really excited about using Restream's software. If you are into live stream, if you're considering live stream, then definitely check out Restream. You can go to tryrestream.today and get signed up for free, but it allows you to live stream to both YouTube as well as Facebook. So I'm excited to do that. We're going to, at the very least, live stream at least twice a month now, going forward from the studio to both Facebook and YouTube and perhaps a few other places, maybe even Twitch. But Restream is definitely something that I'm excited to be using going forward to do that multi-stream that I have wanted to do. We kind of took a break from live streaming in 2020 because the world was on fire and all that stuff. So yes, you can. I do believe you can multi-stream with the free version. So definitely check that out. If you go to Facebook, I think you can do Facebook and YouTube to your profile, and then the paid version will allow you to live stream to a page as well as some others. So definitely check that out. You can go to tryrestream.today to get the details on that, and they have information there that'll show you exactly what you get with the free version versus the paid version. But you can go check them out by going to tryrestream.today to get started and use their service to live stream. Like I said, we're going to schedule those. We're going to do at least 2 a month from the studio at home, and I'm excited to be able to spend more time with everybody. Every video I upload now needs to get checked by the ad checker in YouTube before it's considered ad friendly. Yeah, I don't know what that is. The system that I have that they introduced on my channel was kind of self-certification, where they allow you to decide whether a video is ad appropriate or not, and then they review the way you've been selecting it. And I think the more that you select it and the more they agree with you, the more the less likely you are to get caught up with any issues with videos being demonetized. And since they've started that on my channel, it's worked out pretty well. I haven't had any issues with videos being demonetized. So I don't know what the requirements of that off the top of my head. Maybe a how-to video on using your phone or Android as a webcam. I understand they can be really good. Yeah, there's definitely ways to do that. Obviously using it as a webcam, if you go just live on your phone, then you don't need to hook it up to a computer. But I'm assuming you mean by like actually using your phone attached to your computer as a webcam. That's certainly an option. I think it would prove to be more of a headache than an asset. So I would probably go with like the Logitech C920 for when you can get them. Hopefully they're back and available, but in 2020 with everybody doing the whole Zoom calls and everything for work, they became really hard to find. Plus, logistics and factories and stuff not putting out as much as they used to. Yes, attached to your computer. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I've certainly seen people do that. Hey Dan, ice fishing. Wow, how I miss being able to do that. Yeah, we are out here in upstate New York, out here on the ice. I figured I'll step away so you guys can take a look at what we were doing. I did all the holes directly behind me. I did a little demo with the power auger that we were using, but Logitech C920 or the 922. I don't remember which one. I would go with the C920 or the Brio. I think the 922 might have just been the variation that allows you to do the virtual backgrounds. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but any of them will probably do. But you can also use a DSLR for, I'm looking because I see movement, which means that there's probably a flag here. You guys get a special treat because we've been waiting all day. I'll show you what it actually looks like to go to do ice fishing, because inevitably we wait for a flag to pop up, and we just got one over there, and hopefully there's a fish on it. So I'm actually going to flip this around and I'll talk to you guys, and I'm actually gonna walk you. We're gonna go motion live stream here, and it would be really, really cool if I could show you a fish. But sometimes the fish get away before we catch it, but it would be really cool. This is totally not YouTube related, but this is how I'm spending my time, and I want to share it with you guys. So we are heading over here to see if there's an actual fish on that flag. Basically, the entire process out here, for those of you who don't know, is you wait and wait and wait. A flag comes up. Typically on better weather, you go running over there to get through it as fast as you can. You fall on your butt, you slide across the ice, and then you finally make it to the flag, and there's no fish on it. But hopefully here we'll have a fish. And we're going to, yeah, right. There may or may not be. I just want to prepare everybody. Odds are, let's see. I'm going to flip you guys around. We'll put that in the background so you guys can actually see me. And then hopefully a fish will pop up back there. But is it moving? Any?
No, it's not moving.
Yeah. A lot of times the bait will get froggy and trip the flag, but we'll see. We'll see. It's only been the second flag we've had all day. So, but the rain stopped, so hopefully it's a little bit nicer out here. But if there does happen to be a fish on there, you'll get to see it here on the channel. But anyway, if you guys have any questions related to YouTube, definitely leave them in the comments. Anything about 2021 related to content creation, anything about income streams, how to make money on YouTube, definitely ask those questions. What is Clubhouse? Clubhouse is a new social media app that's audio only. It's also invite only. So if you know somebody who can give you an invite, definitely grab one of those. Also, it is, right now it's iPhone only. So, and I'm actually getting Clubhouse notifications popping up on my phone this whole time. So checking out the fish in the background. Hopefully there will be a fish there, but yeah, Clubhouse is kind of a cool thing. There's some really highly successful people out there that are on Clubhouse. So it's kind of cool to go into a room with a variety of different people, everything from celebrities to like massive marketers like Gary Vaynerchuk and Grant Cardone, and who else did I see out there? I've seen some athletes and some, professional music people. Justine Bateman, who you may know from TV. She's on there all the time doing stuff, but it's definitely interesting. Hey, Dr. Elo, what's going on? We're out here on the ice fishing. I figured I would do a live stream instead of from my studio. I would do it from the ice out here in upstate New York. So do you have clout yet? Can you tell them to add captions? Captions where? On Clubhouse? That would be interesting. So Clubhouse is like a live, yeah, kind of like a live podcast. It's interesting because I think the most value on Clubhouse is when you have smaller groups and you can actually talk. A lot of the marketers get on there and they basically take the stage and then they just preach to people. And for some of them, they have a lot of amazing information. So it's kind of cool to listen to them and hear from them. But sometimes it feels more like entertainment than it does actually real world stuff, because this is just my personal opinion. Where I am trying to grow a channel, I find more value in an individual who is doing all the things. You know, like building a channel, making their own videos, doing all that. The lessons learned from that is much more valuable to me as a solopreneur or whatever you want to call it, than learning how some huge channel, huge company with, 10 people handling their marketing. So we're in actually, is there a fish in there? Or is he just stuck on something? So in this particular, if we look here to the right, we're actually really close to the shore over here. So the water is really narrow. There's no fish back there, by the way. No, it's not a fish. It's, at this case, I think he's stuck. But the problem over here is when you do catch a fish that the water is so shallow, if they swim under anything, you're kind of lost. So, but I think that's the situation back there. Because we're literally, this is like here, I can show you here. We have the main, I don't want to make, so here, so this is the main lake, and then over that way there is like a smaller inlet, which is where we are, but we're really close to the shore right now. So the water is really shallow over here. So no fish that time, but it is another flag, so hopefully that'll pick up. Sometimes they run in bunches. Hopefully we'll get an opportunity to catch a fish before we leave today. But it's just nice that it's not pouring on us, because there was a ton of rain. Yeah, we won't fall through. That's the plan anyway. So let me see if there were piece of advice for those of you creators out there who are generally struggling. 2 to 3 hours exploring and learning editing programs so you can make better adjustments. Definitely helps to understand your editing and your editing software and to get an actual editor. Yes, on Clubhouse, many people, including myself, need to either see lips or read captions to fully grasp. That would be interesting if they could do on the fly live captioning like YouTube does. That would be pretty good. How many people in the chat are actually on Clubhouse? Let me know. Doing a little ice fishing, Dan. Good luck. Flash in your pan. Yep, we're out here chilling, waiting for the fish to show up. And I figured I'd jump on here and do a little live stream and chat with you guys. So one last call for questions, and then we'll wrap it up on this live stream. If you have any questions, definitely leave them in the chat right now relating to YouTube or income, how to make money, or anything related to that. That's what we're going to focus on this year, helping people build income around their content. So I'd love to be able to help you guys answer questions on that topic. Otherwise, we will see you guys in an upcoming video, which there are some going to coming out this week. So awaiting invite for Clubhouse. Android user, Clubhouse is Apple. Correct. Yep, you can use Clubhouse on your iPhone or iPad. So definitely restricted to Apple users right now. Don't know what their plans are for Android or when that's going to come out. Speaking of apps, for those of you who don't know, I run a conference called People of Video. People of Video now has its own app in the Apple iOS store, App Store. So definitely head over there. It's free to download. I would really appreciate it if you go over and search for People of Video in the Apple App Store and download the free People of Video app. The Android version is coming soon, so definitely stay tuned to the channel so you know when that version is released, and I will share that with all of you. But as I mentioned, we're going to be live streaming. If you guys want to live stream on your channels in 2021, definitely head over to tryrestream.today and sign up for a free multi-stream account over there. They are going to be supporting the live streams that we do here on Creator Fundamentals heading into the new year. So I'd love for you to support them as well. Plus get some really cool software that makes it so easy to live stream to YouTube, and even better to live stream to YouTube and Facebook and other places as well. So definitely check them out. That was tryrestream.today. I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out on this impromptu live stream. A little bit of change of scenery in the background. Have they changed any of the requirements for monetization? Monetization is still 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So once you've established those, you qualify to be reviewed for live streaming, provided you did not acquire those subscribers or watch hours through other people's copyrighted content and your account is in good standing, then you should definitely be able to get into the YouTube Partner Program and start earning money. But stick around in 2021 because the goal is to show you so many other ways that you can make income aside from the YouTube Partner Program. In 2020, ad revenue for Creator Fundamentals represented only 14% of the total income that I made on this channel. We're going to go even bigger in 2021. I want to share all those secrets and tricks and strategies and approaches with you. So definitely, if you're not subscribed but you're on the live stream, hopefully you're all subscribed. Definitely subscribe, click the bell. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day, and hopefully we'll catch some fish here. Take care.